And we're gonna play the disclaimer so we can get this grapevine going. We moving on. All right, it's time for the disclaimer.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
So today I actually have two grapevines for us. So first, let's do the video one. We're going to play a quick video for you guys, and then we'll talk about that, and then we'll do the other grapevine.
Okay. Do you regret it?
Yes, I do.
19-year-old Alford Lewis spoke with me about how he feels about it now.
You know, I just made a mistake, and everybody makes mistakes.
This is the video in question, first shared with KHOU 11 via the Nextdoor app. In it, you can clearly see Lewis striking a man in the head from behind before he turns around in shock.
I know, like, from the video, all you see is, like, the bad part about it, but what people didn't see was that I shook his hand after and how I had gave the man a hug. I really didn't expect for it to just go so left, you know? Before you go out and you do anything that you feel is bad or that could look bad, make sure, like, people know, or just don't do it at all.
My.
So I do want to provide a little bit more context just in case you're tuning in audio only. There was a young man who was like doing these videos where he just came up and like sucker punching people like from behind.
Trying to go viral.
Trying to go viral. And so I included the part in the clip where he said, I forget exactly what it was now, but like not word for word, but basically like, oh, I just made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. This is bigger than a mistake. This is a lack of judgment. This is a lack of maturity. Like you, and then to be like, well, the video doesn't show we hugged after. It doesn't matter. Like you still need to be held accountable for your actions.
Right.
And when I read about it earlier this week, they said that he might be facing some criminal charges for that.
And so we put this up so that we can have a little
dialogue about it.
Dialogue. And so there is a lot of different perspectives, and we like
and that's why we play the disclaimer, because these are just our own personal perspectives and whatnots.
So I want you guys to kind of chime in if you can. I'll just go give my perspective on it, and then you can go from there. My perspective on that, first of all, there is never an excuse for doing what he just did. And I think, again, that goes back to my opinion about social media with some of these young people today. They will do anything to go viral without understanding the consequences of their actions. Because it's been glorified. They've seen so many people appear to have money on social media. You know, they appear to have these things. And so for me, this young man, I'm sure he has a great family. His parents, he didn't think about what the consequences he left for his mother and father, his family member, his grandmother, you know, and more importantly, the man that he sucker punched.
Yeah.
That's a human being. You know, for what? So that's my thought on that. And want to give
I will say that it's a lack of guidance.
Come on now.
Because so many young people, like I say, they looking for clout. They want to be known. So they're going out and doing stupid stuff that they feel like can get them attention, not realize it's getting them the wrong attention. And the choices you make today gonna have a direct influence on your life tomorrow, whether those choices are good or bad. And so they have to start thinking about what they're doing before they're doing it, not realizing that you trying to do something that's gonna make you go viral, but you finna go viral for something stupid, and now it got consequences that could potentially one day keep you from getting something down the road because of a paper trail in the background that you got that I've had to fight through.
We're gonna talk about that.
Come on, man.
All right then.
Well, this is very unusual. I had no idea you was gonna bring it up. I'm familiar with the family.
Oh wow.
I just really found out a couple of days ago when one of the family members called me and told me about what happened. And he was raised, not to share a lot of stuff. He was raised by good people.
You can clearly see it.
Good, very intelligent boy. And the family men that raised him have children that went on to get a degree. Got one of them go to college. Matter of fact, one of them spoke in the church the other Sunday a while back, going to college. So he got good examples.
Okay.
Was a choice that was made, like you said, running with the wrong crowd. And he was totally very intelligent. You look how he answered the question, very intelligent.
Yeah.
She raised him very well. So I tell her, and she gonna let him face it. She letting him go
Change
through
the
it. She's not
construct.
finna rush and get him out. She's gonna let him learn from his
Right.
experience. And this is why it's so important, because sometimes we can love our kids too much and don't give them
And
the discipline they
overprotect
need.
them, yeah.
Overprotect them.
Yes.
And I love the way she is handling it. I love the
Okay.
way the family members handling it. She got spiritual counseling about it, and she's doing a good job. But like you say, it's the connection that these children are making. Like you said, trying to get the popularity,
Yes.
and now you see it. But one good thing about it, 18, 19, he got a chance to get his life in order now.
Come on. Now. Oh,
You don't have to spend all these years making these mistakes now. You
Right.
see how serious this is.
Right, right.
You see that you got to pay for this.
That's right.
And that's what he experienced right now.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's no more laughing matter. It's no more trying to get no likes, because like the family member told me, you got a bunch of likes now.
You sure do.
But the way she's handling it like a woman of God,
That's good.
she said she went in, got on her knees, and she prayed, she prayed, and she asked God for guidance. So the lesson is, when we get our children in these situations, our family members, what do? We're going to go back and pray and hear from God. Because we can get our own personal opinion in it and get mad at everybody else for doing their job.
Right.
But what she did, she prayed and allowed the people who need to do their job
Do their job. Right.
Because what she did her job, the proof is the people that she got in college. The proof is, like you said, I noticed how intelligent he was.
Yes.
Because he was raised
Yeah.
Was raised.
Right,
in
right.
that
Good
kind of
family.
environment.
Yeah.
You picked it up just right away.
Yeah.
And so, in my perspective, I'm gonna come to you, JBL. We got so many powerful people in here. I forget you up there sometimes. So, my thought on this all was, if I seen Justin doing that to an Asian person or a black person, I immediately think that's a hate crime.
Yeah.
A crime of, and so when I see this young black man doing it, I never heard anyone oppose that this might be a hate crime, because this was
Because it wasn't.
no. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that when I've seen
The opposite.
things happen, and then it's automatically called a hate crime. But when you see it happen when we do something like that, he just childish, acting stupid, or whatever, which is a pass,
Slap on the wrist.
You better,
I understand what you're saying, because if the roles were reversed, we tend, and that's what this conversation is about to happen.
Yeah.
Flip side of the dialogue, it could be looked on.
Right.
That.
And that's all I just want. That's what we do on Love and Victory Show. Bring out all aspects of it.
That's good.
Because we're not here sitting here just looking at it one side. We want to look at it from
But look, I can guarantee you every cent on the dollar. If they would have pulled up on him at his house, they out there playing music, smoking weed, and doing everything else, this whole situation would have went a whole different way.
Of course.
But I can guarantee when they start talking to his mama, and she realized, and he's not that
kind of kid.
You better come up here and come talk to them.
That's right. That's what made the difference, because of the young man and his upbringing.
Grabbing by his ears. JBL, come on, chime in.
Come on, JB.
I think, to your point, Brother Carter, that if it was a white guy running up on a black guy, there is no white person in the United States that knows that if they do that, it's going to be construed as a hate crime. Everybody knows that. So if they do that, that's a conscious decision.
Yes.
And I think you could probably say that that's what's in their heart if they do that, because that's not an accident.
Right.
But in the grander scheme of things, I think this is yet another example of how social media is destroying the world.
Yes.
Thank God it didn't exist when I was young, because I needed attention worse than anybody I ever met. I absolutely would have done some dumb stuff like that. That's what social media drives, that need to be accepted by your tribe. And
yes, sir, absolutely.
Man, I thank God social media was not back when I was out there, boy.
He puts things in such a great perspective, simplifies, and he helps us all to see where all.
Yes,
I love that.
Yeah.
So Abigail, you have another.
Yes, so that's actually a good segue into our other one. So our other grapevine for today, I wanted to include this one because we just had Halloween. And I wanted to bring up a point. I have a photo up on the screen here of some girls that are dressed up I don't really know what it is.
They nannies supposed to be.
No, they blackface. They
They
supposed
have
to be
blackface.
males.
That's a
Yeah,
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says something about like pancakes, so I thought maybe it was
Oh,
Aunt
Aunt
Jemima.
Jemima.
That's what I was
Aunt
thinking.
Jemima.
It's a lot of, and the caption was in Spanish, but they are white women. Like they appear to be white. It's about, I don't know, 6, 7 of them, and they all have blackface on. And the caption reads, translated from Spanish, says, "Hotcakes for the toothless old people."
Yeah.
And so it was just incredibly offensive. You know, I think if people want to dress up as something like silly and fun, but I think the second you take it to that level where you're just being just offensive, it's not funny, it's not cute, it's not tasteful.
And I appreciate you when Abigail asked to put that out. She asked how she brought it to me, and she said, "How would I feel about putting it out?" And I said, "Put it out." I said, "We can have that discussion," because I really wanted to show how much ignorance is still out there. And it's not reflective of everybody. But again, that's a tasteless moment that I'm sure they were trying to do to go viral. And when I look at that, it really is a testament to who those people are. You know, I don't have.
I have a question.
Sure.
You know, I'm always opposing going different on different situations and stuff like that. What's the difference between them doing their costume versus a man dressing up like a woman on Halloween or whatever?
Ooh,
A lot.
that's come on, Pat.
Is no difference. If you take it from a spiritual standpoint, the Bible talks about how the darkness is on the earth. It's just people letting that darkness and the negative thinking come out of them, and it don't matter what race you are. It's coming out of us.
Yeah, ignorance
And we
just
need to
come
talk
out.
about it.
Ignorance beseech ignorance.
That's what it does. and is the Bible tells us that we as believers need to be examples to other believers. As believers need to be example to others believers. So what you're seeing, people are going down the wrong path, and we need somebody like you guys are doing is being an example. Say, hey, this not right. Beautiful how she found one with dealing with, hey, was a African American young man. This was an Asian guy. Now you got Caucasian. You know, and we seeing that there's something wrong.
It's something wrong.
It's something wrong because we should have enough sense to know, hey, you're a young lady. I shouldn't offend you.
Yes.
I shouldn't offend you.
Right.
Old people with tooth, they probably can't eat like they want to eat. You're still offending them, and that goes across the board. Vietnamese, Chinese, whatever race you are, you have somebody old who don't have the teeth.
Right.
Don't have the financials
to go get the
fix
teeth.
that.
But you're gonna make a
We're
mockery
gonna
out
make a
of
mark of it. So it need to be dealt with where we can awaken people conscious, awaken people spiritually, where they can say, hey, you may have your feelings about, but you gotta be careful how you react.
Right.
Because your feelings could offend somebody. It could cost somebody their life.
And
So
we see it all the time. And you know, that's another story.
Well, we actually have. I do want to take a couple of comments from John. John just commented on here. If you could go ahead and read his comment.
Yeah, he said, even though I'm not a black person, there are many people who I'm close with that are black. It's offensive in either way. People need to learn their mistakes. And then he said it's definitely offensive.
Absolutely.
Period.
John.
Said, John. And I wanted to put that up there because that just summed it all up. You know, summed it right on up. Well, we got to